Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Look, we're jumping straight into a rather stressful reality that literally every driver is going to face at some point, especially around here in South Central Texas, and that's vehicle breakdowns. Today we're walking through exactly how to handle emergencies on I-35 and beyond, relying on some solid data and insights from trusted local experts. Whether you're just commuting to work, on a road trip with the family, or managing a massive commercial fleet, understanding your options before an emergency actually strikes is absolutely crucial. It is the key to your physical safety and honestly your peace of mind.
So let's just picture this scenario for a second. You're driving down I-35. With all the rapid growth in areas like Schertz, San Antonio, and New Braunfels, commutes are getting longer, traffic is getting a whole lot heavier, and the stakes of a breakdown, well, they're getting much higher. Trucks are absolutely flying past you at 70 miles an hour, and suddenly, bam, you hear a loud clunk, maybe a tire blows, or your engine just completely dies. That instant wave of dread hits you as you muscle your car over to a tiny, narrow shoulder. What actually happens next? Who are you going to call when you're stranded in one of the absolute busiest, fastest-moving corridors in all of Texas?
All right, Section 1, the breakdown problem, looking at Schertz traffic and those inevitable delays.
Now you might be thinking any breakdown means a massive tow truck and a huge bill. But actually, there's a really important distinction here between full towing services and roadside assistance. Understanding this right off the bat relieves a ton of that roadside anxiety. Because honestly, not every breakdown requires an expensive trip to the repair shop. When we talk about towing services, we're usually talking about major mechanical failures. Your vehicle needs light or heavy-duty equipment to physically haul it to a shop, or maybe a heavy wind shot because you've slid off into a ditch. But roadside assistance? That means your problem can often be fixed right there on the shoulder. Knowing the difference dictates your next move, saves you hours of sitting around a repair shop, and keeps a lot more money in your pocket.
Moving right along to Section 2, quick roadside fixes, getting you back on the road fast.
You know, a massive percentage of that roadside panic can actually be cured by 4 incredibly common, on-the-spot fixes. Just think about how often these everyday emergencies happen. First up, fuel delivery. Hey, it happens to the best of us on long stretches of highway when the next exit is miles away. Second, jump starts and battery replacements. Because, let's face it, batteries love to fail at the absolute worst possible times, usually when you're running late. Third, damage-free car lockouts. It is, surprisingly, almost comically easy to step out of your cab at a rest stop, shut the door, and instantly realize your keys are just sitting right there on the driver's seat. And finally, flat tire assistance. Trucks and passenger cars alike are super vulnerable to highway debris. Having a swift, professional intervention for these exact issues literally saves the day. It turns a total nightmare into a minor 10-minute pit stop.
So that covers the everyday commuter pretty well. But let me ask you this. What if your cargo is oversized or even hazardous?
Well, that brings us to Section 3, Commercial and Fleet Support, highlighting heavy-duty solutions for local businesses.
If you are a small business fleet owner watching this, you already know the stakes are way higher for you. A breakdown isn't just an inconvenience, it's a direct, painful hit to your bottom line and your company's reputation. Heavy-duty commercial support requires highly specialized, compliant equipment. We're talking dedicated fleet maintenance support for businesses juggling multiple vehicles on crazy strict schedules. We're also looking at load securement. If a massive commercial load shifts on the highway, it is a liability nightmare, right? So professional securement is a must. Then there's heavy winch recovery, an absolute lifesaver for large trucks stuck in unpredictable South Texas mud. And perhaps the most critical, trained handling for hazardous materials. If you're hauling chemicals or fuel, you absolutely need a provider who knows local and state compliance inside and out, ensuring even the most dangerous loads are managed flawlessly.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 4, the trust factor, and why local expertise really matters.
When you're figuring out who to actually trust, 2 vital things stand out: availability and coverage area. Take a look at this. Whether you need heavy truck towing, a quick jump start, a lockout service at 2 a.m., or a tire change, these services are available 24/7. Breakdowns definitely don't stick to business hours. And, more importantly, they aren't isolated to just Schertz. True local expertise means covering a massive footprint across South Central Texas, San Antonio, New Braunfels, Seguin, and all the quiet neighborhoods in between. That level of uncompromising, 24/7 availability across such a high-traffic area, that is the very definition of a reliable safety net, no matter where your route takes you.
30. I just want that number to really sink in for a second. 30 minutes or less for most local responses. When you are stranded on the shoulder of a bustling interstate, minutes literally feel like hours. The shoulder of a highway is one of the most physically dangerous places you can be. Every semi that blows past shakes your car and cranks up the risk of a secondary collision. So the impact of a rapid response, it is huge. Schertz Towing handles most of these local calls within a half-hour window. That specific time frame drastically minimizes your physical danger, cuts down your stress, and gets your commercial goods moving again before delays start snowballing.
So, to summarize the real differentiators here, why go with this specific local team? Well, first, it's those ultra-fast response times and immediate dispatch we just talked about. Second, they deploy highly experienced operators who actually know the local terrain and exactly what they're doing. Third, they've got proven local trust backed by tons of positive reviews from residents and businesses. But honestly, the real game changer for me, transparent pricing with upfront quotes. No hidden fees. Zero. When you're stranded, it is so easy to feel taken advantage of. Knowing exactly what it's going to cost from the very first phone call completely removes that financial anxiety from an already stressful emergency.
Their underlying philosophy sums it up perfectly. It goes, at Schertz Towing, we understand that when it comes to emergencies, timing is everything. And they hit the nail on the head there. Timing is everything. Whether it's the urgency of getting your family safely out of the blazing Texas heat or keeping a crucial delivery on schedule, the sheer value of time when you're stranded is exactly what a true local partner prioritizes.
Because, let's face it, breakdowns don't make appointments. They happen when you least expect them and almost always in the worst possible locations. So, here's what it all comes down to. Who are you going to trust when the clock is ticking on your next roadside emergency? Do yourself a favor right now. Grab your phone and save their contact number. 210-796-7869. Prepare for the unexpected today so you can drive with absolute confidence tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and we will catch you on the next one.